Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming to Scout BSA Troops 124 National Eagle Scout Court of Honor for my brothers Jaedon and Tyler Cummings. My name is Jasmine Cummings from Troop 124, and it is my pleasure to serve as Master of Ceremonies for tonight's program to celebrate Jaedon and Tyler's advancement to the rank of Eagle Scout. On behalf of our family, we thank all of you for joining us to celebrate this special honor. May Luke Pippin and the color guard please come up to present the colors.
May the audience please rise. Troop, attention. Color guard, forward march. Scout hand salute. If not in uniform, please place your right hand over your heart. Color guard, prepare to post the colors. Post the colors. Color guard salute. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2. Color guard dismissed. Troop at ease. The audience may be seated.
Thank you, Luke. I would like to invite my Uncle Joe Dennis to lead us in the opening prayer as we start tonight's ceremony.
Gracious and loving God, we gather here today in the spirit of gratitude and pride as we celebrate these young men who have reached the highest rank in scouting, the rank of Eagle. We thank you for the dedication, perseverance, strength that have brought them to this moment. Bless all who have encouraged them along the way, parents, leaders, friends, and mentors, for their patience, for their wisdom, and their example. We pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you, Joe. And now, on behalf of Troop 124, Pacific Trail District, Cascade Pacific Council of Scouting America, I hereby proclaim this National Eagle Scout Court of Honor to be in session. Tonight, we have the honor and pleasure of recognizing Jaedon and Tyler Cummings from Troop 124 for their achievement of the rank of Eagle Scout. This achievement requires a minimum of 21 merit badges, strong leadership, a major service project, and continuing evidence of good character. We all join together here to celebrate the achievement of this unique honor. The mission of Scouting America is to prepare young people to make ethical and moral choices over their lifetimes by instilling in them the values of the Scout Oath and Law. Each time the troop meets, the members recite the Oath and Law as a reminder of what what is expected of them as scouts. Listen now as the voice of the eagle reminds us of the 12 points of the Scout Law.
This is the voice of the eagle, whose heights you have struggled hard to reach. When a youth becomes a scout, there's instilled within them that which we call spirit of scouting. This lighted candle symbolizes that spirit, embodying the principles of the Scout Oath and Law. Alone their light may be feeble, but when multiplied by the millions of youth in scouting, it can become very powerful indeed. We remember well when you took your first steps upon the trail leading upward and began to grow physically, mentally, and morally. As you traveled, you found guidance in the Scout Oath and Law.
Scout is trustworthy.
A scout tells the truth. They keep their promises. Honesty is part of their code of conduct. People can depend on them.
Scout is loyal.
A scout is true to their family, scout leaders, friends, school, nation, and world community.
Scout is helpful.
A scout is concerned about other people. They willingly do things for others without expecting payment or reward.
Scout is friendly.
A scout is friends to all. They are friends to the other scouts. They seek to understand others. They respect those with ideas and customs other than their own.
Scout is courteous.
A scout is polite to everyone, regardless of age or position. They know good manners make it easier for people to get along.
Scout is kind.
A scout understands there is strength in being gentle. They treat others as they want to be treated. They do no harm nor kill anything without reason.
A scout is obedient.
A scout follows the rules of their family, school, and troop. They obey the laws of their community and country. If they think these rules and laws are unfair, they try to have them changed in an orderly manner rather than disobey them.
Scout is cheerful.
A scout looks to the bright side of life. They cheerfully do tasks that come their way. They try to make others happy.
Scout is thrifty.
A scout works to pay their way and to help others. They save for unforeseen needs. They protect and conserve natural resources. They try to use their time wisely and properly.
Scout is brave.
A scout will face danger even if they are afraid. They have the courage to stand for what they think is right, even if others laugh at or threaten them.
Scout is clean.
A scout keeps their body and mind fit and clean. They associate with those who believe in living by these same ideals. They help keep their home and community clean.
Scout is reverent.
A scout is reverent towards God. They are faithful in their religious duties. They respect the beliefs of others, even if their customs differ from their own.
We now invite Scoutmaster Stephen Townsend to proceed with the Eagle presentation.
Thank you. You have heard the 12 points of the Scout Law. Scouts also live by another code, the Scout Oath or Promise. The Scout Oath is divided into 3 parts: duty to God and country, duty to other people, and finally, duty to yourself. Will all Scouts, past and present, please stand and repeat after me the oath? All right, please give the Scout sign and repeat after me. On my honor, I will do my best.
On my honor, I will do my best.
To do my duty to God and my country.
To do my duty to God and my country.
And to obey the Scout Law.
And to obey the Scout Law.
To help other people at all times.
Help other people at all times.
To keep myself physically strong.
Keep myself physically strong.
Mentally awake. And morally straight. 2. You may be seated. Jane and Tyler, please come forward.
We've watched you climb up the scouting trail. First, you were only a scout. Then your brother scouts called you a tenderfoot. Soon you reached the first ledge, and there you were greeted by a large group of second-class scouts. Some, like you, were stopping to catch their breath before continuing along the trail. You began to work harder, and almost before you knew it, you came to another ledge, the ledge where the first-class scouts dwell. Here you were tempted to remain. Yes, you could have remained as a first-class scout, but your ambition stirred you on. You decided that finding the goal was too important. You would not give up. We remember your advancement to Star Scout. You found the trail from first class had not been as difficult as it had seemed. This spurred you on, and again you climbed higher. Now the trail was steeper. It was less worn. Fewer scouts seemed to be heading in your direction. You looked back and saw the crowds below you. You looked up and saw the few above you. With the same determination with which you started your climb, you continued on the trail. So it was that the badge of Life Scout, the heart badge, was placed on your uniform. The feeling of accomplishment was great, but there was more to come. The trail became tougher, but more rewarding. You will never forget the thoughts in your heart. They have been experienced by most scouts on reaching the ledge of life. Now I am close to Eagle. I will carry on. The trail became tougher, but more interesting. The original simple principles, the scout oath and law, now had a fuller meaning. Your understanding of them was greater. Yes, we have watched your character develop and become more mature. We have watched your leadership ability expand into a valuable asset. We have watched your mind develop and your wisdom increase. We have watched all of these things in you. Now that you are at the threshold of your goal, we welcome you, for you have done your climbing in a true scout-like manner.
All right, hold on before you light in. You got to say the pledge. So why don't you go ahead and put the candle down, and then we'll do that part. Scouts of the world constitute one of the most wholesome and significant movements in history, and you, Jaedon and Tyler, have been counted worthy of the highest rank in its membership. All that know you rejoice in this achievement. Your position, as you well know, is one with honor and responsibility. As an Eagle Scout, you have assumed a solemn obligation to do duty to God and country, to your fellow scouts, and to humanity. This is a great undertaking. As you live up to your obligations, you bring honor to yourself and to your fellow scouts. Be a leader, but lead only toward the best. Lift up every task that you do and every office that you hold to the highest level of service to God and your fellow human beings. I charge you to be among those who dedicate their skills and ability to the common good. As an Eagle Scout, you have 5 obligations. The foremost obligation of an Eagle Scout is to live with honor.
To an Eagle Scout, honor is the foundation of all character. They know that a scout is trustworthy is the very first point of the scout law for good reason. An Eagle Scout lives honorably, not only because honor is important to them, but because of the vital significance of the examples they set for other scouts. Living honorably reflects credit on their home, their religious faith, their troop, and their community. May the white of the Eagle Badge remind you always to live with honor.
The second obligation of an Eagle Scout is loyalty.
A scout is true to their family, scout leaders, friends, school, and nation. Their loyalty to their trip and fellow scouts makes them pitch in and carry their share of the load. All these help to build loyalty, which means devotion to community, to country, to one's own ideals, and to God. Let the blue of the Eagle Badge always inspire your loyalty.
The third obligation of an Eagle Scout is to be courageous.
Courage has always been a quality by which people measure themselves and others. To a scout, bravery means not only the courage to face physical danger, but the determination to stand up for the right. Trusting in God with faith in their fellow man, they look forward to each day, seeking their share of the world's work to do. Let the red of the Eagle badge remind you of the courage.
The fourth obligation of Eagle Scout is to be cheerful.
To remind the Eagle Scout to always wear a smile, the red, white, and blue ribbon is attached to the scroll of the second-class Scout Award, which has its ends turned up in a smile.
And the final obligation of an Eagle Scout is service.
The Eagle Scout extends a helping hand to those who still toil up Scouting's trail, just as others help them in their climb to Eagle. The performance of the daily good turn takes on new meaning when they enter a more adult life of continuing service to others. The Eagle stands as a protector of the weak and helpless. They aid and comfort the unfortunate and the oppressed. They uphold the rights of others while defending their own. They will always be prepared to put forth their best.
You deserve much credit for having achieved Scouting's highest award, but wear your award with humility, ever mindful that the Eagle Scout is looked up to as an example. May the Scout Oath and Law be your guide for tomorrow and onward. Jaedon and Tyler, having completed the requirements for Eagle, are you prepared to accept the challenge of the Eagle Scout? If so, say I will. The Eagle Badge of Rank is the highest award in all of Scouting and is the last major step in this achievement program. If at this point Scouting has not achieved its purpose of building character, then it probably never shall. These thoughts, which are the basic code of Scouting, are well summed up in the pledge that is taken by every Scout in the Council upon advancement to the Eagle rank. Having heard this pledge at the courts of many Eagles that you have come before you, are you willing to adopt it? If so, answer, I will. Very well. Go ahead and do the Scout sign and repeat after me. I state your name. Reaffirm my allegiance to the three promises of the Scout Oath. I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself the obligations and responsibilities of the rank of Eagle Scout. On my honor, I'll do my best to make my training and my example, my rank and my influence, count better for stronger Scouting and for better citizenship in my troop, my community, and my contacts with other people. To this I pledge my sacred honor. 2. Now, by the virtual invested authority in me with the National Council of Scouting America, I hereby award Jaedon and Tyler Cummings the rank of Eagle Scout. Now you may light the candle. Okay, you want to go ahead and invite your parents forward? Okay, we're going to pin the parents, okay? So, do you want to go ahead and take one and take one? All right, now the boys get to pin a wonderful, look at this bling, first of all, on Mom, but we're going to add to it here with the mother's pins. And so go ahead and pin the mother's pin there to add to her collection. This is for all the wonderful support that Mom helped throughout all these years. She was well-deserved that bling. And of course, there's Dad. And I know Dad has gone on many outings and cooked us some wonderful food year after year and has helped support you guys. So go ahead and pin the Father's pin there. So in addition to earning the Eagle Scout rank, these wonderful gentlemen have also earned the Silver Eagle Palm. This Silver Eagle Palm represents the completion of 36 merit badges, 21 to reach Eagle, 5 for bronze, 5 for gold, and additional 5 for silver. If an Eagle Scout completes more merit badges, they can earn even additional palms. In addition to the completion of the merit badges to earn the Eagle Palm, a Scout must be active in their troop, demonstrate the Scout Oath and Law, and continue to develop leadership skills. And Jaedon Tyler has successfully done all these things. So on behalf of Scouting America, Cascade Pacific Council, Pacific Trail District, and Troop 124, I am pleased to present these Silver Eagle Palms to both Jaedon Tyler, and they're going to be pinned on by your parents. So go ahead and pin this right on there. All right, let's give him one more applause. Look at that. All right, you may escort your parents down. You two come up. So Jaedon and Tyler have elected to recognize a mentor who have been there throughout their scouting career. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the mentor pins to pass those on.
Now, choosing a mentor for me that deserved this reward was not very difficult. I'm sure this person saw us coming from a mile away. Person I had to give my mentor pin to has been one of my biggest cheerleaders, not just in scouting, but in life as a whole. He consistently shows his love and compassion for me through his actions, even if he doesn't say it every day. Having backed me throughout my entire scouting career, I know that without his constant support and drive to see me succeed, either by pushing me to complete merit badges or go to the cold, rainy outings, I would never have been standing here in the first place. So with that said, could the Assistant Scoutmaster and my dad, Danny Cummings, please come up?
Now, I'm sure this isn't too much surprise, but I would also like to give my mentor pin to my dad. He's been the single biggest influence and encouragement to me throughout this entire decade journey of most of my life. Whether it's coming with us to nearly every outing as we started, or always making sure we were on track to our next rank, always making sure we're making progress and staying ahead. It's his constant motivation, reassurance, and believing in me more than I did in myself that's helped me grow into the person I am today. I'll never forget how he's always had us work on just the hardest merit badges during summer while everyone else was just, relaxing and not getting any work done. And we're just always one step ahead working on like the hard and long ones like personal finance or personal fitness. And it's just these that, like the small memories that I think I'll always remember. So please come up and accept my mentor pin as just a small token of my thanks. I'm so grateful to have you in my life and for your amazing vegetarian chili.
So, would the following individuals please come forward to form a circle of honor? All Eagle Scouts and holders of the Girl Scout Gold Award, and holders of the highest award in their country scouting organization. Please come forward. Please join hands. Yeah. You guys are going to have to loop around. Are we going to be able to fit? Link up. There we go. All right. Before you stands the best of citizenship that this scouting movement has to offer. Each of these people have received the highest honor in the branch of scouting. This circle represents the achievement of those across our country, around the world, and even had members stand on the moon. This circle remains closed and only opens to admit new members. So Jaedon, Tyler, please come forward. We'll break the circle and we'll include you. All right, thanks for joining. Congratulations to you both again. All right, you may all be seated. Thank you.
It is my pleasure to invite Mr. Gary Townsend forward, who will present our Eagle Scouts with an American flag, which is flown over the Capitol.
Okay, will Honor Guard Luke Pippin take charge?
Honor Guard, forward march. Honor Guard, present the colors.
The two flags you see presented in front of you were both ordered by Senator Ron Wyden for be flown over the Capitol for Jaedon and Tyler Cummings to represent their work with the Eagle Scout.
Honor Guard, retire the colors. Honor guard dismissed.
Okay, will Eagle Scout Jaedon Cummings and Eagle Scout Tyler Cummings please come forward?
And now a slideshow has been prepared to share the highlights of Jaedon and Tyler's scouting career.
Keep going.
So we're camping, and the boys have figured out a way to entertain themselves.
Go video your daughter.
It's actually kind of ingenious. They can see through the mesh seat. Okay, get away from the tent. Okay, we got our horns locked. Come here, Jaedon. Yay, Jaedon won. You won because you made him drop his. You won. Look at me. You won.
Right, Jaedon, with your daughter. In the mud.
Tyler lost.
Travel on, there's one day here and the next day gone. Sometimes you bend, sometimes you stand, sometimes you turn your back to the wind. There's a world outside every darkened door where blues won't haunt you anymore, where the brave are free and lovers soar. Come ride with me to the distant shore. We won't hesitate to break down the garden gate. There's not much time left today. Life is a highway. I wanna ride it all night long. If you're going my way, well, I wanna drive it all night long. Through all these cities and all these towns, it's in my blood and it's all around. I love you now like I loved you then. This is the road and these are the hands.
thought it was gonna be your last. I was falling deep, deeply in love with you, and I never told you till just now. Let's go home. Home is whenever I'm with you. Home, let's go home. Home is when I'm alone with you. Home, let me come home. Home is wherever I'm with you.
Oh, home. Yes, I am home. Home is when I'm alone with you. And I say my heart is loud. I turn on my light and light. Want to wanna go home. Can't wait to make a move extreme. Shortcut to your dream. I float straight to the stars on that flying thing. Getting snow blind games. Pick a tune, chick a boon in the world beyond. Got a beat, got a heat on the phony string. Tear your world apart. Once the magic starts. Do you really wanna taste that? What's going on must come down. Baby, I'm losing ground. Dancing with your blinkers on. Throw your dog the invisible bone. And put your jet in gear. Anything to get you out of here. Gotta go hit that ride to the setting sun. I gotta leave this mess behind. Gotta cruise on the blues, got a life to find. What you need is then to read on a dotted line. Welcome to the show. Do you really wanna taste that? What's going on must come down. Baby, I'm losing ground. Dancing with your blinkers on. Throw your dog the invisible bone. Devil in disguise. Do you really wanna taste that? What's going on must come down. Baby, I'm losing ground. Dancing with your blinkers on. Throw your dog the invisible bone. What's going on must come down. Baby, I'm losing ground. Dancing with your blinkers on. Throw your dog the invisible bone.
I would like to invite Walter Lucas to say a few words about Jaedon and Tyler.
Jaedon and Tyler, where would I be without you two on my scouting journey? From Cub Scouts to Boy Scouts to crew, I think we've really been through it all, from the worst camporee to the best of summer camps. We've gone through kindergarten to 11th grade, 12th grade. I think it's been an honor to go to Scouts and be friends with you guys throughout my life. And I just want to thank you for like everything.
And now I would like to invite Jaedon Tyler's father, Danny Cummings, to say some words.
I had 5 months to put together a slideshow, but of course I waited until about 3 weeks ago to learn that slideshow building has changed a lot since 2003. So thank you, Noah Grimes, wherever you are.
Up there.
Yes, thank you, Noah Grimes, for a fantastic Grimes production. I think it only took him a few hours on a couple of nights to do what would have taken me all of 5 months. Speaking of finding support within the community, it takes a community. As a scout, I never fully appreciated the work of others that it took to earn my Eagle rank. It was a flurry of popcorn sales, camping trips, merit badge booklets, fun times around campfires, leadership training, and plenty of wet, miserable camping trips. It would seem that with an Eagle project that took nearly 300 man-hours, I would have remembered all of the sacrifices required that I might bear the Eagle upon my chest. Over the years, earning Eagle was just another thing that I did, an accomplishment, something I forgot about at times, something I didn't boast about. It was just part of who I am, not a big deal. However, as I grew older, I began to take note of my peers. I began to notice things around me and would wonder why they never learned certain things or had certain experiences that I thought to be commonplace. Where was the ability to solve problems in even the most trivial of situations? I took so many life skills for granted because they had been taught to me through others to the point that it was second nature. The lessons learned in scouting became the very fabric of my being. Then along came Jaedon and Tyler, two scrappy little boys who love to be outdoors, learn skills attached to games and activities, and to do these things while having fun with their friends and with each other. I realize there are a lot of us, especially compared, oh boy, this print is really small. I realize there are a lot of us in this room that have our own stories of the Cub Scout years and how exhausting they were, especially compared to the Scout-led troop years when we were benched mostly to serve as drivers and wardens. However, our Cub Scout years were well balanced because we had so much parental support. Even when their den leader moved after the Bear year, the remaining parents band together and took turns leading each week. We had 11 scouts, 10 parents, and each week we took turns leading each segment. We brought 8 scouts to Troop 124. Our first preview outing with Troop 124 was the Bike and Hike in 2018. During the slideshow, you might have noticed the massive 10-man tent and an incredibly young Henry Anderson acting as their troop guide for that event. We didn't realize at the time how much of a backpacking troop this was, and we received a bit of mockery for the size of the tent. But those boys, who would later become the Roadrunners, had the best sugar-fueled pillow fight ever on that camping trip. It's probably the reason they love to backpack Tampico on a lot of the backpacking trips as well. They were allowed to thrive together and be together when other troops had isolated them into multiple patrols. Our den, now a patrol, remained active through the last camping trip before COVID in March of 2020, but COVID left a mark, as 3 of those scouts never returned, but the 5 who did remained firmly planted as the Roadrunner Patrol until they aged out in these last few months. As you may have noticed in the slideshow, there's very few pictures of Jaedon and Tyler without Nicholas, Walter, and Dante. Their friendship filled their progress in scouting and will provide them with memories for a lifetime. Regardless of rank, these scouts would not have become the young men they are today. Without one another. I was not prepared for Walter to come up here and say that. So, however, it took more than just friendship. It took drivers, merit badge counselors, board members, Joan, Gary, anyone named Townsend for that matter, transportation coordinators, communication coordinators, Christmas wreath coordinators, medical form organizers, assistant scoutmasters, and in general, anyone named Steve, Stephen, or Steve. And as much as this night is about celebrating, Jaedon and Tyler for their accomplishments, it cannot be done without acknowledging the role that every person in this room had in making it possible. From the youngest scout in this room seeking a signature, to the neighbor that bought a Christmas wreath, to their little sister that would rather not acknowledge that they have inspired her to reach higher as she has progressed through the ranks of scouting. We've all contributed to this community where building leaders and adults out of today's youth have become a priority. I count it an honor that we've been given the chance to serve alongside you. Now, for Jaedon and Tyler, it wasn't easy to step back and let the boys experience a scout-led troop. There may have been weekly emails for a season as we had to navigate the anxiety of naming the patrol something so absurd and unreal that one of these boys wanted to quit. However, once we cleared it up, the fact that the Pink Pop-Tart Turtle Patrol was kind of a fun name, I've never felt the need to be overly concerned. Besides, that experiment yielded one of the coolest patches I've ever seen. You can see it on the photo board out front. And it is also the reason the rest of you have only had the Shark or Eagle Patrol to choose from since. They faced several hurdles in the first year that had to be overcome, from their own anxiety to homesickness to the hardest hike of their entire scouting career. The first hike with the troop, just weeks after the older boys had returned from Philmont. Nearly a 3,000-foot elevation gain, 8.5 miles, 3 creek crossings, 6 if you count the return, and their short legs in the front of a troop of much older boys and none of their friends. Uphill both ways. I'm not lying. Quartz Creek nearly broke all 3 of us, but that and the rest of the trials that they faced during the first year of trusting other scouts have led them to this night. We trusted in the process, and the process worked. The boys chose Troop 124 because of the discipline level of the other boys in the troop compared to others that we visited. Yet they also complained about the amount of YLT weekends they had to sit through to gain that same level of discipline. However, the result of those weekends is obvious, and it's standing here before us tonight. Their ability to persevere on the trail, in the classroom, and with their own decision-making has given every scout in this room the edge over their peers, even if it won't be realized until many years from now. Psalm 127, 4-5 says, "Like arrows in the hand of a warrior, so are the children of one's youth. How blessed is the man whose quiver is full of them." And as parents, we are trusted to build and mold our children into the next generation of adults. We build those arrows straight and true. We guide them into the string of our bows, and we take aim as we launch them into the world. One of the best choices we made was to entrust the scouting program with help raising our kids. And I, for one, am incredibly grateful that the boys enjoyed the outdoors enough to immerse themselves in the values of outdoor education. And I'm even more grateful that they found like-minded friends to band together with as they learned to lead and follow in pursuit of the virtues of scouting. I am grateful that we also found like-minded parents to be there, making this journey even more relational. Through the years, we offered guidance without being overbearing. We provided direction, but allowed for self-expression. Several times during those years, they took roads and some trails that I would not have even thought about. Through it all, they were together. They held each other accountable, and most of their advancements and merit badges were completed within days or weeks of one another. Just a glance at their merit badge sashes, one would think they had the same merit badges, but if you get a chance to look closely, you will find 3 differences between them. For years, Jaedon had one more merit badge than Tyler, but in the end, they managed to finish with the same count, even though at one point, Tyler was poised to have a 1 merit badge lead, but helped Jaedon earn an extra merit badge at summer camp so they could stay even. They have always worked together and spurred one another into accomplishing this feat. In the last 6 months, they have camped more with their high school friends than they have with the troop. And in doing so, they've helped spread their outdoor skills and knowledge to friends who otherwise would not have had such an experience. And it was also a leap of faith on our behalf, as these outings were done without the supervision of adults. Even more remarkably, their friends' parents told us that they were only letting their kids go on these outings because Jaedon and Tyler were there. We truly feel like the community, Troop 124, has given them the tools and us as parents the trust that they are fully capable in a world that they may not be as prepared as they are. They're fully capable in a world that may not be as prepared as they are. We are exceedingly proud of the young men that Jaedon and Tyler have become. Jaedon, your compassion for others is remarkable. Your desire to always step up and help out has always been your most dynamic trait. Your carefree and patient demeanor will carry you great distances on the trail ahead, and you will see and do great things as you let your heart guide you. Jaedon chose a hefty mobile table construction project for the YMCA, despite having little experience in building things beyond pinewood derby cars and cardboard forts. He worked with multiple advisors with plenty of experience to turn his idea into a reality, and these benefactors commented on how nice the tables looked and how thankful they are to know that Jaedon and Troop 124 have invested in something that's important in their lives. Continue to recognize greatness in others and be the support that they need to step up and push themselves, even if it is just to keep up with you. Tyler would not be here tonight if it wasn't for the strength you display every time you step up to do something first. Once he saw that you were able to do it, it gave him the courage to follow. Tyler, you're an incredible leader. You have an intelligent mind that can solve problems and analyze and overthink any situation. You have an ability to lay a plan and stick to it, your desire to do what is right, and to live up to your own high expectations has compelled you to this point tonight. Tyler, who has long been compassionate towards animals, wanted an Eagle project that reflected a life that has always been mindful of the outdoors and nature. He designed and built intricate brown bat boxes for the Leach Botanical Gardens. His plans were so detailed and thought out that the project essentially led itself, which was a good thing considering it was the first Eagle project I've ever been to that put a scout in the ER. Thankfully, it was just Jaedon, who skipped breakfast, got lightheaded, passed out, put a hole in Mr. Ballow's bathroom wall. Connie and I took him to the ER while I circled back to get the pizza. He was discharged, and so then I went back to the hospital to pick him up, and he conveniently was back eating pizza while it was still warm. Tyler, you will see and do great things as you let your mind guide you. Your ability to make plans and share those with others will allow you to do more than just tell your brother what to do. Jaedon would not be here tonight if not for your ability to make a plan and stick to it. Once he saw you doing something, he knew he had to step in just to keep up. Not bad considering he had a 2-minute head start in life. Through 17 years of life, these two have always been trying to keep up with one another. Across 11 years of scouting, the same can be said. One follows his heart and the other follows his head. Not that either is at a deficit without the other. They have just complemented one another in this way. And as their scouting years come to a close, and in the coming months they begin to make their way into the world, this will become one of the hallmarks of their lives. They will move on. They may not remember all that it took to get them to this point. or even how many of us were here cheering them on, because this is just another accomplishment in a life that will be filled with many more successes. Jaedon and Tyler, your mom and I are so proud of the young men that you've become. We look forward to the many great things you will accomplish. 2 of our arrows have hit the mark. You have achieved the rank of eagle. We look forward to the great things you will do next. And to the rest of Troop 124, we're still working on crafting a 3rd arrow. No pressure, Jasmine. But we look forward to many more miles on the trail with you. Thank you.
I would now like to invite Stephen Townsend, our lovely Scoutmaster, to say a few words.
So it's Stephen tonight, and I think that's the first time I've ever been called lovely Scoutmaster, so thank you for that. Thank you all for joining us tonight for one of the most meaningful traditions in Scouting, the Eagle Scout Court of Honor. This is a night that celebrates dedication, character, leadership, and the power of Scouting. And tonight is especially remarkable because we have the privilege of recognizing 2 Eagle Scouts, twin brothers, who have traveled this journey side by side, which I can't say enough how cool this really is. We have not had one of these like this. For more than 50 years, Troop 124 has produced young leaders who will go on to make a difference in their communities. But even in a troop with such long history, nights like this are rare. Earning the rank of Eagle Scout is already an extraordinary achievement, and the fact that both brothers have earned it together speaks to their commitment. Not just as individuals, but as teammates, motivators, and examples for everyone around. When these 2 young men first walked into Troop 124, what was it, the Pink Turtle, Pop-Tart Turtle, something patrol, which, yes, I can honestly say we will continue with the Shark Patrol. They come in with excitement, curiosity, maybe a little nervous energy, like every scout on their first day. But from the very beginning, the 2 twins' bond was there, sometimes competitive, sometimes supportive, and often both, but always in a way that brought out the best in each other. We watched them grow from new scouts learning to tie knots, fire build, to more confident scouts taking on backpacking trips, campouts, long hikes, tick bites, multiple tick bites from, what was it, the Wilson River, and leadership positions. They have lived what it means to be part of a youth-led troop. And thank you for continuing that tradition here at 124. Planning, guiding, trying new things, sometimes stumbling, but always getting back and improving. Out on the trail, they pushed themselves and the scouts around them. On campouts, we saw them always dependable, the kind of scouts who showed up prepared, who jumped in to help without being asked. As they advanced into their leadership roles, we saw them develop in different ways, but always with the same foundation, a willingness to serve others. In Troop 124, we have often talked about the differences between being in charge and being a leader. The Eagle rank isn't about wearing a badge. It's about learning to lift others, to think ahead, and to guide with humility and confidence. These 2 young men learned that well. They understood that leadership isn't just shouting instructions. It's teaching skills to the youth leaders and the younger scouts. It's carrying more weight on the trail when someone else is tired. It's helping clean a campsite, even though you weren't the ones that made the mess, but we saw you cleaning it up. It's modeling the Scout Oath and Law when nobody's watching. They have been role models for all the other scouts in this troop. One of the biggest milestones on this path to Eagle is planning and leading the Eagle Service Project. These projects are about identifying the need, developing a plan, coordinating with volunteers, and delivering something meaningful to the community. And each brother led a project that reflects his own strengths and interests. But both projects share something in common. They brought people together, they created a lasting impact, and through their projects, they learned what it means to be accountable, to solve problems, and when things didn't go perfectly, they take the responsibility for guiding others toward a shared goal. Those skills, the project management, communication, leadership under pressure, will set them apart for the rest of their lives. No scout achieves Eagle rank alone. Behind every scout is a family that drives to meetings, that wakes up early for campouts, washes gear, and the gear definitely didn't smell the way that they probably left, right, when they left in the morning, Mom, right? And especially on days when motivation was low, you guys got them there. So tonight, I wanted to recognize these two wonderful parents who have supported these two young men every step of the way. You didn't just raise two Eagle Scouts, you raised two leaders and two young men who will make a positive impact in this world. Thank you for everything that you have done to help them reach this moment. And yes, thank you two for bringing your dad, your father, Danny, to all those amazing outings where I really enjoyed that amazing food. That's what we call a legend in Troop 124 that will go on forever and ever. I may lose weight though once they all age out. So take your time, please. Okay. Only about 6% of scouts have ever earned the rank of Eagle. It represents perseverance, commitment, honor, service, and leadership. But the Eagle badge is not the end of the scouting journey. It's the beginning. As an Eagle Scout, they carry responsibility, and you carry the expectations of everyone who came before you. You carry the responsibility to upload the values that you've learned: trustworthy, loyalty, helpfulness, and all the other 12 points of the Scout Law. Not just when it's convenient, but when life is hard, when the stakes are high, and when others look for you for guidance. You will go off to college, then careers, and wherever life takes you, remember the lessons in the outdoors, the quiet moments by the campfire, the early mornings on the trail, the challenges, the failures, and the successes, and the brothers standing right beside you all the way. To our two new Eagle Scouts, you didn't earn this because of luck. You didn't just simply because you checked the boxes off in your workbook. You earned it because step by step, year after year, you chose growth, you chose responsibility, and you chose to be part of something bigger than yourselves. And you did this together. In the years ahead, you will each go on your way in some things and walk the same path in others, but you will forever share this accomplishment. Whether you're 18 or 80, the day that you became Eagle Scouts together will always be one of the defining chapters in your life. And on behalf of Troop 124, our leaders, our scouts over there, our patrols, and other scouts that look up to you, I want to congratulate you both. May you carry the values of scouting with you always. May you continue to lead with integrity, serve with humility, and take on life challenges with courage and optimism. And may tonight not be the end of your scouting story, but the beginning of a lifetime lived as an Eagle Scout. Congratulations to you both. Job well done.
I would like to invite Jaedon Cummings to please say some words.
Those were both really hard speeches to follow up on, but I'll do my best. So first of all, again, I want to thank all of you for coming tonight. It means a lot to me and my brother, especially, that you guys are here to help us celebrate this huge accomplishment and decades more coming. I've been a part of the scouting program for the majority of my life, starting as a second grader in Cub Scouts as a little wolf who couldn't even paint his own Pinewood Derby car, to someone standing on this podium giving a speech in front of all of you. Tonight is the result of, again, over a decade of my life, and it really does feel surreal. I hadn't really come to the reality that this would even be happening until even about a week ago. Because just the thought of being an Eagle and moving on from scouting just seems so wrong. I can barely even remember what life looks like without it, and I don't know. But this being said, I know it's because I've been pushed, and everyone here has helped me in ways I can't completely explain, that it'll put me places. I'm so lucky to have the privilege of being here in the first place, surrounded by all these amazing people, leaders, and volunteers who spend their own time to make sure we all get the chance to learn and grow. You've all enabled me so much to grow as an individual who not only knows how to hike, camp, make a fire, but more importantly, someone who recognizes what it means to be a balanced and mindful person. And for that, I thank you all. On top of this, I'd like to thank the rest of the Roadrunners Patrol and my friends for being here tonight. Honestly, I'd be lying if I said that we were an organized or even an ideal patrol, but it's from our lack of coordination that some of the most memorable memories have been formed. Either freezing in a collapsed snow cave, burning all of our food, getting lost in the dark, or tying a hammock 7 feet in the air. The stupid stuff we do in and outside of scouting has made life all the more interesting. So thank you guys. Since Cub Scouts, you guys have honestly been my drive to continue scouting and going to school and everything I do, and are some of my best friends. I honestly don't see myself spending these last 11 years scouting with any other group. I also want to thank my twin brother, Tyler, for always being there for me, to rely on and share this entire scouting journey with. It's honestly been one of the best parts of my childhood, even if you get pissed off every time we try to set up a tent together. Before I close this up, I just want to say thank you one more last time to everyone here, in and outside of this room, that couldn't make it or watching it at home, who supported me so that I can stand right here today and talk to all of you. Personally, I'm confident in knowing that everything I've learned and experienced through scouting, life, and just everything in general, especially the little things, is that this is going to carry me into these next few years and the rest of my life. Thank you.
And last but not least, I would like to invite up Tyler to say something.
I would just like to start this off with saying thank you everyone for coming, whether it's family, friends, scouts, or other adult leaders. It's a culmination of everyone's work here today that's allowed me to stand here. Now, when me and Jaedon first joined Pack 122 as a Wolf Scouts, we always enjoyed scouting because we were able to hang out with friends and just kind of have fun outside. But as we transitioned to Troop 124, it was definitely a pretty big learning curve, moving from adult supervision to just youth leadership and having other scouts lead us. Right? It was intimidating, it was difficult, and this led to our first outing being Quartz Creek, which was just us fighting elevation, switchbacks, torrential downpour as just these little meager new scouts, 11-year-olds who had just finished our Arrow of Light. And it didn't help that for dinner we had burnt Jetboil mac and cheese. So just all these difficult things in my beginnings really had me question whether or not I wanted to stay. And I think it was the motivation and the perseverance and the help of my dad, my brother, and most of my friends to just keep on going and stay here. And for that, I'm so grateful to my younger self for sticking with it, because I've learned so many life lessons. I've learned so many things that I know will stick with me the rest of my life, and I'm so thankful that I'll be able to carry these with me as I grow older and enter my later years. But truthfully, I really don't think you can even remotely look at my scouting journey without properly talking about the rest of the Roadrunners. Dante, Nicholas, Walter, they have been with me and Jaedon for 10 years. We started Cub Scouts in 2015, 2016, so long ago, and being able to go through this journey with them has been my honor because we've just had so much fun and made so many memories. And especially when Russell and Alan joined in our later Boy Scout years. It's just from undercooked burgers to tumbleweed forts to hauling gallon-sized Kool-Aid jugs every backpacking outing. It has been my privilege to share these moments with them. And while we are certainly never the cleanest or most organized, it's the traditions and the chaos that I'll carry with me and I'll never forget. Now, as I wrap up, I'd like to personally thank those who have helped me along my journey. To my dad, who's always been in my corner, ready to help or lead me and Jaedon in the right direction. To my mom, who's always taken us to every outing and for helping us really plan and make sure this night is as perfect as possible. To just about every Townsend for merit badges for my eco project and guidance and support. And to my friends for just being the reason that I come back every week and making sure that I have fun and enjoy the process along the way. And before I finish, I just want to point out, yes, I beat Jaedon to the Eagle Scout. Thank you all for coming and thank you for listening.
Thank you, Jaedon and Tyler. We have now come to the end of this ceremony and to the beginning of your lives as Eagle Scouts. From this day forward, people will look at you differently and expect more of you. Whether you realize it now or not, the Eagle Trail begins and not ends today. And so, we will leave this place tonight not having closed this court of honor, but having left it open to recognize and to honor the contributions you will make in the future to your troop, to your community, and to all the people you come in contact with, but especially me. You guys may not know, but I look up to you a lot, and I'm really, really proud of you. And to everyone that has aided you on your trail, they have made you who you are now, and who you hope to become in your future. While always an Eagle Scout, congratulations, Jaedon and Tyler. And now will Luke Pippin please lead the color guard in retiring the colors.
May the audience please rise. Troop, attention. Color guard, forward march. Color guard, prepare to retire the colors. Retire the colors. Color guard dismissed. Scout hand salute. If not in uniform, please place your right hand over your heart. Two, troop at ease. The audience may be seated.
Our family invites you to join us for a reception next door in the fellowship hall where refreshments will be served and you will have an opportunity to greet the new Eagle Scouts. Thank you all for helping us honor this achievement. I will first dismiss the Scouts of Troop 124. Okay, and now I will dismiss the scout leaders of Troop 124. Okay, and now Jaedon and Tyler and family are dismissed. And now everyone else is dismissed.